Hello, marketers. Welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing News, and this is your host, Sanidhya Baveja. I hope you're doing well and are ready to kickstart the coming week with the most impactful marketing insight. Well, worry not, I have a perfect medicine for you. Before getting started, I want to know how many of you track the changes of on their site. When the Google Diversities update was going on. Well, according to search metrics, the update did too much of effects and had a lot of impact on the search results. I have linked that in the description below. Definitely go and read it. Basically, it will give you a really nice insight of what actually went through at the back end. First update is coming from Google Knowledge Panels, where Google Knowledge Panels with attribution may be on the rise. There is a debate where data is in conflict with human intuition. Okay, so the panel look like a hybrid of Google's knowledge panels and feature snippets. So this is how it looks. They often are displayed in the knowledge panel location but appear to look like a feature snippet, but they aren't. So it seems like the Genius scandal, Google is talking everything very granularly, and they are taking it on a very granular level and giving due diligence so that the particular error isn't repeated. First thing, and by the debate I meant that the data which is recorded on the tools is different from the data which people are seeing. I have linked that in the description below. Definitely go and read it. You will get a lot of insights if you have a company which has got a lot of knowledge panels, and Google might not be attributing it to you and using it as per this is basically something which Google shouldn't be doing. So this might be a malpractice from the side of Google. So definitely go and check it out if Google is doing it or not. And I discussed the Genius scandal last time. You can go and check that out as well. Second one is from Google Search Console. So Google Search Console adds search within markup and copy with tweaking. Google announced two new features for Google Search Console's testing tools this Monday. Within the Google URL testing tools such as AMP test, rich result test, and URL inspection tool, you can now search within your markup to find code, and also you can copy the code and tweak it. The two new features include search within the markup, so you can quickly find the spot in your markup that you want to adjust. Second one is copy the code and markup, then make tweaks to it and see if those tweaks pass validation and result in the outcome you desire. Ultimately, this feature should make debugging issues with your markup for structured data issue faster. It should make it easier to locate the issue you may have or you have with your markup. Then test the changes you make to see if it will pass the validation by Google. Another update is again from Google, where Google deprecates social knowledge panel markup support. Google announced that it has deprecated support for social profile markup. That means Google will no longer look at the markup you have added to your pages specifically for those knowledge panels. Google said it will now automatically discover profiles to include and won't rely on social profile markup to finding them for finding them. Google recommends you claim your knowledge panel through Google search. This is something Google allowed back in 2016, I guess, and still supports. Google posted a help document with cleaner instructions on how to update your knowledge panel, which I have linked in description below in the Google search. SEOs and web publishers over the years simply use social profile markup to handle these knowledge panels. Now Google says it will figure out these profiles either through your claimed profile or other automated means, but it will no longer look at your markup for this. That means you need to watch your social knowledge panels in search and see if anything changes for your profile or the profile you manage for your clients. Another update is Again from Google Search Console, sorry for taking you back and forth, but I was able to do this as the last minute addition. Google Search Console adds mobile first indexing feature. So according to my friend again, Yogesh, he thinks that this is a very big feature, but they should have given us the condition as well that we could have done it all by ourselves. Like Google would be initiating it. By initiating, I'll explain you later. So Google has added the date your site switched over to the mobile first indexing to Google Search Console report. So the thing which we were thinking was, if Google allows us to move it, or to give the indication to Google that now we are ready and you should move it to mobile first indexing, but that hasn't been given. But this is also a very big announcement. So Google announced Wednesday that it made a few tweaks to Google Search Console to help webmasters and SEOs understand how Google is indexing their sites. Specifically, you will be able to see if and when Google switched a site to mobile first indexing or not. Earlier it was given that Google was giving you that it has moved, but you weren't able to get the date. So Google will also show you the user agent, that is Google smartphone or Google Bot desktop, being used for reporting within Google Search Console's various reports. This data helps SEOs, developers, publishers and webmasters clearly understand when a site was moved from the desktop to mobile first indexing. It will help them figure out, or you, if you are an SEO, any indexing or crawling issue, and see if any ranking changed after the switch over. Now that we can look at the exact date Google made the switch, previously the notification didn't specify the exact date a site was moved to mobile first indexing, which will help you find the bug if this particular move has made. Another update is coming from YouTube. So updates from Google are over, and now the updates will be from social media and YouTube. YouTube rolls out new tools to enable customization of video recommendations. YouTube's adding new topic tags within recommendation listings will help users find more specific recommendations based on their chosen area of interest, as opposed to the system assuming the next likely topics itself. The feature is now available in YouTube app and will be available on desktop soon, but dates haven't been specified till now. The purpose is to stop radicalization by avoiding sending the users in the rabbit hole with violent recommendations. Lastly, YouTube is also adding a new information marker on videos it recommends for you based on what other viewers with similar interests have liked and watched in the past. This particular feature is similar to the Facebook, which Facebook already uses this video recommendation, and this is similar to that one. Moving on to Bing, where Microsoft Advertising has some update for you. Parallel tracking, more custom parameters are coming to Microsoft Advertising. So now you can add up to 8 custom parameters. And if you want to know the difference between parallel tracking and sequential tracking, that means if you are a beginner and want to know that, so basically I guess Google shifted from sequential tracking to parallel tracking last year in I guess June. So if you are a beginner and you don't know what is the difference between parallel tracking and sequential tracking, then I have linked it in the description below. You should definitely go and watch it. Another update is from Instagram, where Instagram is rolling out new ad units in its Explorer tab. Instagram has announced that it is adding a new ad unit to its Explore feed. As explained by Instagram, we are introducing ads in Explore slowly and thoughtfully in coming months after tapping on a photo or video in Explore. People may begin to see ads as part of their browsing experience, just like in the main feed. It's not like you are going to start seeing ads popping up all over your Explore feed directly, but indirectly within specific chosen listings, there's a new place that Instagram can now show you ad content. Instagram says that this is an opportunity for advertisers to be a part of what is culturally relevant and trending, while reaching new audiences who are looking to discover something new. Advertisers will be able to extend their own platform ad campaigns to Explore by using automatic placements and opting into the new Explore option. Another update is from Twitter, where Twitter is looking to emphasize lists with new swipeable custom feeds. The new test enable. So first of all, before moving into this, how many of you think that list feature in the Twitter is still being underutilized and it should be given more advantage and more features and more spotlight? If you think the same, then do let me know in the comments below. Moving on, the new test enables the users from Twitter to easily switch between their main timeline and list timeline, complete with a title for each with a simple left swipe. Twitter lists have long been seen as an underrated, underused option, with many people using TweetDeck instead of to easily see various listings and to stay up to date. Adding more ways to help people make more use of lists and to raise awareness for them or as an option seems like a good move, though we won't know how many how useful this option might be, of course, until it is being tested. So we definitely don't know what is its future and how they're going to improve it. Last update is again from Twitter. So Twitter is implementing new warning labels on controversial tweets from high profile users. It was kind of, after a lot of conservative posts by a lot of politicians, I was expecting this particular update. I guess you even thought that at some point these particular updates would be there. After outlining its potential plans to add warning labels to controversial tweets from high profile users back in March, Twitter has this week announced these new labels are now going live, which will provide more clarity as to why and when Twitter has chosen not to remove a tweet that violates its rules. As explained by Twitter, a critical function of our service is providing a place where people can openly and publicly respond to their leaders and hold them accountable. With this in mind, there are certain cases where it may be not be in public's interest to have access to certain tweets, even if they would otherwise be in violation of our rules. On the rare occasion when this happens, we'll place a notice, a screen you have to click or tab through before you see the tweet. To provide additional context and clarity, we'll also take steps to make sure the tweet is not algorithmically elevated on our service, to strike the right balance between enabling free expression, fostering accountability, and reducing the potential harm caused by these tweets. Twitter says that the new warning labels will be applied to violating accounts which meet these three particular criteria. First one is be or represent a government official, be running for public office, or be considered for a government position, that is next in line awaiting confirmation, name successor to an appointed position. Second is have more than 1 lakh followers or 100,000 followers. And last one is that he or she should be verified. Twitter also notes that even if an account doesn't meet these measures, if the issue relates to direct threats of violence or calls to commit violence against an individual, they will be unlikely to be considered in public interest and will be removed outright as opposed to being hidden behind the new label. Well, that was all for the week, folks. Do let me know your feedback, and if you have found this useful, then please share it with the person who you think needs the most. Keep hustling and start kicking. Bye bye.